Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the series, Roxie the Revenant. Rex Rump will be here. Roxie is ready to make a run to Desolation Point. We have our heavy hammer that we found at the coastal highway. And now we're going to backtrack our way through the coastal highway and onward to Desolation Point to forge some tools. I'm going to take a quick peek outside to see what the weather is doing, to see if it's feasible to make this walk. Right now, it's chilly. It's very cold. It's minus 32. Maybe a little too cold. Maybe we have a little bit of food and read a book before venturing into the cold. I'm going to read a book for an hour, and then I'm going to make a fire to heat up the tea, and then we'll go for it. Should make it warm up a little bit. Nothing else, give us some better lighting. And we'll move over to our... I have a bunch of extra cans that I don't think I need to bring with me. We're going to bring the pot and the 2 cans and call that good. So, got enough for a small fire. Probably just burn these sticks. And off we'll go. I am going to light it with a torch so as to conserve matches. We'll only be here for a few minutes. Maybe I'll make some torches as well. Looks like we're running low on those. So I think I'll put that cedar piece in there. Take maybe 4 torches. These are all pretty bad. And I'm going to drop all of the tea. Those are all heating nicely. I think everything is almost done. See a couple that aren't quite done. They're all good now. One small torch, and we're off. Now, it's been a few real world days since I played. I don't remember exactly where the heavy hammer was left. I'm hoping that it's in Thompson's Crossing, because I didn't see it there in the farmhouse. I guess I could always go back and look at the previous videos, but I didn't do that, so I'm just gonna hope that that's what it is. This is a major bummer with the wind. It's extremely cold walking into the wind, which not only makes me slow, but makes me cold. And is wasting a lot of resources. So I'm gonna run as much as I can. Oh, now the blizzard is coming in. We really did not have good luck with the weather. I'll probably try to just make it to the barn ahead of us and then actually stop and warm up and sleep and wait until we have better conditions. If it gets stormy where we lack visibility, the barn is currently 12 o'clock straight ahead. So shooting for the hay bales, then shooting for the trees, and then we should have a pretty good visual on it. The one benefit of the weather is that most likely the wolves will be kept away. It's not a promise. They tend to be a little less prevalent when the weather's bad. Good news is the wind shifted a little bit, so now it's mostly to my back. And I think since I'm so close, I'm just going to take a little bit of cold damage that I'm going to get by making it to the barn. Instead of wasting another tea. Unfortunately, we will be wasting another match because by the time I wake up from my little nap here, all the tea will be cold. And it'll probably still be too cold outside to make the walk. So I'm just gonna rest for an hour. It actually barely warmed up. It sounds like the weather got even worse. Halfway warm, so another hour should do it. Let's see what it looks like out there. Full blizzard. So, be somewhat productive and read my little archery book. Still hear a lot of wind. Still hear a lot of wind. Got hungry. I think I'll save that for this evening just in case it gives me food poisoning. I'm gonna really need to get some food figured out here. Doing okay on energy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up this book. And it sounds like the storm ended. Let's see if it's warm enough to make the run. Yeah. I think we might be able to do it. I'm going to go ahead and start a little fire because it's still windy. Weather's unpredictable in Pleasant Valley. I'd like to be able to carry a torch with me, but I think it's just going to be too windy. So we'll just take a quick sec. Try to stay relaxed and in control of the situation and not exasperate any conditions by being hasty. We've got enough materials to stay warm and fed and watered. So we really just need to take it one little checkpoint at a time. I'm hoping I can just swing into Thompson's Crossing, grab the gear that was left behind, and continue on. Those are all 7 minutes away. Nope, I'm trying to put that away. I'm going to add 1 stick, and I'm going to just get all those done. I'm going to take a torch with me. Might blow out right away, but at least I tried. Alright, the weather looks a little bit better. Still pretty windy. I'm going to try to catch the corner of the birch forest and then cut across. It's actually not that cold for me right now, so this is good. There goes the torch. I'm going to have to watch out for wolves. It'd be nice to get at least one more piece of birch because I've got one kind of hanging here. Have to be very careful about the bear that's potentially over here. And the last time I went through the birch forest, I got completely lost. So I think that was on a previous series. You can go back and laugh at me about that one. And I think that what I did was I walked all the way through the forest without realizing how far it was going to take me. I definitely want to avoid doing that right now because A, I'm on interloper difficulty, and B, I need to make sure I hit Thompson's Crossing to get the rest of my gear. So I'm just going to go through the corner here, and if I don't find anything, I don't find anything. And then I need to go back to like my right behind the forest here. Fortunately, I don't see any birch. That's okay. Doing all right, temperature-wise. These are all just sticks. I'll pick them up, especially since they're all so close. This is kind of the same place I got a little bit turned around last time. But I think we are okay now. I don't know if any of these are cattails. I'd like to double check. Doesn't look like it. Hungry again already. This is a pretty popular place for wolves to be on patrol, so I'm trying to be pretty vigilant as I walk around here. I don't really have a whole lot of protection because it's too windy for a torch and I've just got stones. Probably have to eat. Okay, there's a wolf. And unfortunately he saw me. Different one? Could have been the same one. There is a wolf up and to my left. He's probably going to intercept me as I go over to the community hall, so I'm going to have to watch out for that. I'm going to be able to make it without drinking tea. I have to eat like as soon as I get in. I think I'll just eat a cattail or two right now. And let's hope that I left the hammer here because I don't remember. It's not here. Where did I put it? I think I might have left it right in the mine. Okay, I'm heavy, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to bring. Let's take a quick look at this. We've got... Probably don't need... I mean, maybe I'll take like... Oops, I definitely don't need that. I want maybe 3 of these. Gives us 10 pieces of tinder. I've got 10 pieces of coal. I don't need any of the clothing. I don't need any of the tools. I'm already holding. I definitely want all of this. And that doesn't make me too heavy, especially because a lot of it is consumables with firewood and stuff. So I've got 5 kilos of books, 28 sticks. This one has been read. I'm gonna leave that's actually just fine, just like that. So these have already gotten cold. That's crazy. I also have 5 liters of water on me. Okay, food is going to be the main problem. Getting to Desolation Point, the top of Coastal Highway we left unlooted, but most of the cabins and stuff have already been looked at, so minimal food is going to be found. I don't think we have to worry about matches anymore. No, we've got tons of matches, so I'm just going to start another fire. And yeah, I'm just going to go grab more sticks, but that's fine. We'll get those on the way. I don't think I need to make any more water. Might as well make this last rosehip tea that I've been holding out on. And then I'll just heat everything else up. So I'm just going to burn this torch down. It's not really worth saving. So we'll make this one. And then we're going to drop everything else to heat it up. I'll add one stick. These are all good. Would have probably been nice to warm up a little bit, but I think I'll just drink one of these because I'd like to keep moving and get out of Pleasant Valley before dark. And I'm going to do this, even though it'll probably blow away as soon as I step outside. Okay, so we're leaving behind some miscellaneous gear. That's okay. And yeah, it's definitely going to blow out this torch like right away. So that means I really need to watch out for this wolf patrol. Sometimes there's a wolf like right across the street here, and I've actually been killed by this wolf, so that's how I know. I don't have a pry bar. I don't have a hacksaw. And I don't know exactly where to look for one of those anymore. Hoping we come across something in the upper half of Coastal Highway. I need a way to get a maple sapling. Might try another torch here. It seems still pretty windy, but it's just scary. Coming over these hills. There's a bear up here sometimes as well. Likes to patrol the base of the road leading up to the mine. I'm not going to pick up a whole lot of sticks for the walk because I need to reacquire my heavy hammer, which is going to add 4 kilos to the pack. So I'm going to stay light until I am out of Coastal Highway. Alright. This is a good time of day, temperature-wise, to be walking around. I'm only slowly losing warmth. And all the meters are looking okay. I might even drink another tea just to get a few extra calories and warm up before they go cold. Maybe one of the rosehip teas. Those give you a little bit of calories. All they do is provide painkiller, so they're really not important to save. Okay, I don't think that the bear will be any further up the road than what we've already passed. So I think we're clear of conflict. And the wind has stopped, so nothing else, we can get a torch going. And hopefully fend off the would-be predator. I am cautiously optimistic about our journey to Desolation Point. I'm a little bit afraid that I'm going to run out of food. Desolation Point's a small map. To my knowledge, there's no cattails to be found. And we're not really going to have a way to hunt until we let a bow cure, or a sapling cure to make a bow. And all of those things. There's the hammer. I was like, I know I left it in a weird spot. That was kind of a dumb place to leave it, honestly. I mean, I could have walked right over that, but I was not paying attention. Alright, we're 10 kilos heavy now, but that was all coal. I'll ditch all the books, or at least all the sticks, before I ditch any coal. So we want to bring as much of that with us as possible. I don't know if you guys can see, but I can actually see, so I'm not gonna light any fire just yet. Cured leather, or if I can eat that if I get hungry. I doubt it. Okay, I can see not as well as I was able to a second ago. I think I'll just light this torch for everybody's sake. It's like I can kind of see, but not well enough to navigate super well. We've already seen him. So this is the problem with like backtracking, is that you've already exhausted all of the potential resources that you can find. So it's like we're hiking into known territory that's been looted, and that is obviously problematic because we're still very much on the razor's edge in terms of stabilizing. It's working out day to day, but there's really no long-term insurance for survival. Just looking under that locker to see if maybe there was a pry bar. And so by going to Desolation Point, I could potentially be kind of cornering myself. And I am thinking about that. But I also need tools, and I'm confident that I can at least make it back to Coastal Highway, where if nothing else I can maybe try to scavenge some carcasses for some meat and survive a few extra days to then backtrack to Pleasant Valley to then continue on to maybe Timberwolf Mountain and Ash Canyon, or go the other way to Mystery Lake, and then that opens up Mountain Town, or potentially Forlorn Muskeg and Broken Railroad, which also has a forge. But obviously that's all contingent on being able to make it out of here alive, so I've kind of committed at this point, obviously. From Coastal Highway, actually don't even need, I can go straight to Mystery Lake via the ravine, which is probably what I'll do when we come back through. I forgot about that exit. And that way we don't have to walk through Pleasant Valley again and go up to Timberwolf Mountain. That could be a little bit of a later project. I'm going to light another torch for safety purposes, especially since I'm so heavy. There's oftentimes a bear patrolling the upper tier of Coastal Highway, and I weighed myself down a lot with this coal. So I'll see how far I can make it before I see an animal, and then I might have to ditch some of it. I have a lot of coal on me at this point, so if I put it in a safe place for later use, maybe sacrifice a few pieces. We'll find a few in Desolation Point. There's also a mine in Desolation Point as well, so it's not critical that I bring all of the coal. It's a good thing to have out there. And honestly, it might be useful to stash a little bit of it here in Coastal Highway, because as the world gets colder from day to day, coal becomes kind of your only resource to stay warm outside. Right now I'm doing just fine temperature wise. I'm already hungry again, and I'm sure the tea has gone cold by now. I could drink one of the herbal teas just to put some calories in. It's like gives you better rest recovery, but I'm not sure that even matters when we're working with 25% condition. So let's do that real quick. They are cold, so it's not going to do anything there. They are, what, 100 calories at a time? Try to be on the lookout for a bear and wolves up here. The bear might actually, yeah, I think I've seen them in both places. The bear can tend to be on the lower, like middle tier. I might just drop some of this coal in the forestry overlook. There's some saplings over there, but I don't have a way to get them. We'll do a fire in the forestry lookout. Re-up our torches and lighten the load a little bit. Okay, so there's a wolf. Barking. Ooh. Sounds like he just killed a deer. That could be a fire worth making, because that's going to get us a lot of meat. If he's anywhere within sight, and take advantage of that. I'm not exactly sure where that just happened. I think he's right up there, which is going to be great. Should be able to scare him away, start a fire, harvest some deer. Yeah, I hear him up and to my right. I'm so heavy, this is so stupid. This is right where we want to be. This is a fortuitous scavenging event, if we can get away with it. I'm gonna get a fresh torch. Where is he? There he is. Not sure exactly how to approach him from here. Later, dude. I'm taking you dinner. Man, he's like even protected from the wind in here. Yikes. Okay. I don't like that this guy's still like skittering about behind me. I don't know how that works. I'm gonna be harvesting him by hand, but I think that works because he's not frozen. So I'm going to use coal. "30 minutes, 95 calories. I need to eat before I do this. "30 minutes, 240 calories. Okay. And then we've got 10 kilos of meat. I'm gonna put it on the grill. Okay, so that's gonna take an hour. I can't do it. Too hungry. I will get caught up, so, but I don't really like using these. I don't want to eat that soup because it might give me food poisoning. That'll ruin everything. Alright, where are we at here? Okay. Let's go one at a time, and then I can start putting meat on behind me, and then just start piggybacking fillets. I'm going to eat them until I'm full. So that's got 18 minutes. Just do it like this. Instead of scrolling through all the inventory. 15 minutes for a half. Sure. This will help with carcass harvesting too, to do it in smaller pieces. And then once I get caught up, I can start doing bigger ones. Alright. Eating the venison. Okay, so that one's got 38 minutes. How's the fire doing? 56 minutes. We can do 30 minutes. We should be caught up. Okay, that one's almost done. And this one's got an hour. It's an hour and a half. That's all I have so far. What did we say, an hour? 50 minutes. Let's do it and... okay. I think I'm improving because... oh, maybe he's less frozen. I think that was taking longer earlier. Okay. 18 minutes. Hour on the fire. Do a little half pounder, half kilo. Okay, that one's now cooked. 38 minutes. Drink a little water. Almost full too, so that's great. Alright, so we're just looking at 30-minute. That one's done. Just let that one go. That one's going to take an hour. 45 pieces of coal, so I'm not too worried about burning a little bit. It ensures that I stay warm as well. I'm going to start getting exhausted pretty soon, which affects my condition, so I need to be probably getting to bed. I can go up into the forestry lookout, and it should be warm in there, but if I'm not, I can burn some coal through the night. Get a good night's rest. Be a good place to sleep and spend some time if we need to, because I don't think you can get cabin fever in the forestry lookout. 41 minutes. That wolf is pissed. Alright, so now I'm running out of energy. Also extremely heavy. That one's cooked. 19 minutes, that's going to take an hour. Might actually be nice to stay up. Okay, that's 23 minutes. 29 minutes is perfect. I'm going to take these guts and hide too, and leave them in Quincy's garage for the return. Okay, those need an hour. Everything else is cooked. 38 minutes. It looks like the wind's coming from the right direction. Let's do one more. And we gotta keep an eye on our condition now because we're tired. It's gonna be a slog to get up the stairs. I'm so heavy. What did that do to us? Just a little sliver. So, 10 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and pass the time on those so that... And I think I'm going to leave the guts. There's plenty of opportunity to get guts. Well, I have an hour on the fire. How long does it take? Yeah, I'll take one. And it looks like there might be some weather coming in. How many torches do I have? Got a few good ones. So I'll just kill this fire by grabbing the rest of the torches. We'll go up to the forestry lookout. Hopefully, we can move. Oh, it's really, really slow. I'm so heavy. Oh no. Okay. This just got really dangerous because there's obviously a wolf out there. I smell terrible. And it's too windy to make it. So I'm gonna drop everything that smells. I'll come back for that in the morning. Oh no. This is bad. This is really bad. This is what you don't want to be doing on Interloper. Heavy, tired, smelly, with a known wolf. We made it. I thought for sure we were going to see an ambush there. Alright, so now I need to sleep. I need to sleep. And I also need to make sure that I'm not going to get cold in here if weather comes in. So I probably have to sleep in shifts. Which is okay because I've got as much condition as I can get. Thank God there's a bed in here. I was starting to wonder if there was even a bed in here. Alright, I don't think there's any other... I don't see any other gear. We don't need anything right now. We just need to sleep. So... I'm going to eat one of these. Actually, I'm going to eat this. Get the weight and the potential for food poisoning out of the backpack. Got away with it. All filled up. Finish the water. And it's +5 in here. Let's go ahead and sleep for 5 hours. Ooh, that's kind of risky. Still +5. Okay. Let's drink a little bit of water. And I'm going to sleep for 5 more. So it's 10 hours of rest, but it's separated by a waking period, which prevents you from getting fully rested, I believe. It sounds windy and cold outside. It stayed +5 in here though, so that's interesting. Alright, we're gonna need to drop some gear and come back Probably for the coal. I'm going to leave 20 pieces of coal up here. You know what I'd really like to do is just jump down where the rope is going to be fixed and put it in those cabins so that it's not all the way up here. Feels like it's pretty cold out there. +1, so that can't be right. -8 in the wind. This wolf is still out here and he's pissed. I'm gonna sleep for 2 more hours and see if the wind will let up. So we've got a little bit of a safety margin with food now. Okay, that does seem like it chilled the wind out. No. It's -7. I think it's warming up. Okay. This sounds better. Did I drop that coal? No, I didn't. I feel like I'm walking better. How heavy am I? 10 kilos heavy, and I gotta go get all my food and hide and stuff. The fact that there's like a wolf just howling over here is not comforting. There he is. Okay. I'm gonna grab my stuff and then get out of here. Let's maybe get him. This guy wants revenge. For me stealing his dinner, he is not happy about that at all. Survival of this fittest, homie. You'd have done the same to me. Alright, so I'm super heavy, and it's not feasible to walk like this to the back to the garage, but I'm going to at least get off the top tier here and stop at the 3 cabins that are right below. I should probably take these now that we're talking interloper difficulty. I usually leave these behind, but waste not, want not here. And I get up to my drop point and then address this wolf one more time. I'm not even going to bother fixing this rope. It's just going to cost time and cold. Okay. So this is a pretty easy scramble. Down the side here, there's where the rope is fixed. And just stay left. You can pretty much walk down it. Just kind of stay left along the side. And then find this little nook here. I think I like to go to the end here and then come back left. It doesn't really matter. And then by the time you're here, you're back on solid ground for all intents and purposes. This is a little bit of the safe way down. There's a more aggressive way to drop you right onto those cabins, but I wanted to come here to see how slow I am, because I'm actually feeling like I might be able to walk it out. And get all this to the garage. Of course, as soon as I say that, I'm going to run into a bear. But yeah, there's this pause. I think he's going the opposite direction though. So it would actually behoove us to go the way we're going and avoid the bear encounter altogether. I can't sprint, which is a real bummer. Those are the cabins I was going to drop the gear off at. But we've got bear tracks leading in that direction. So I'm going to go the opposite direction. Seems like the prudent thing to do. I just still have so far to go. Being this heavy is not a comfortable feeling on Interloper because you just have so much. You're sacrificing so many contingencies by being able to run and get some distance, by being able to move quicker in the cold. But right now I'm actually being warmed, so that's one factor that is working to our advantage. But this is a little bit of a greedy walk here, I'm going to admit. With the discovery of the fresh deer meat, I probably should be leaving coal behind. But here I am, saying these things and not doing them. So, be a hero if I make it and an idiot when I don't. That trailer at 12 o'clock could be a good compromise. Clear of conflict as far as I can see. Getting there, and it's relatively quick jaunt up the hill from the garage. I might even be able to shuttle back and forth this evening before I continue on so that everything's in one place, but this is dumb to walk this heavy. I just remembered that one of the other uses of the heavy hammer is to crush these acorn grounds. And I think you can do it with anything else except for the heavy hammer. So while we have them both in our hands, we can prepare the acorn grounds for coffees, which I've never actually used. I don't know if they work like coffee or if they're like a weaker version, but it's another opportunity to carry a warm beverage in our hands, and that's definitely what we're looking for. So this is going to be the trailer that has the coal stash. I can't walk like this. Let's clear the junk. Okay. Awesome. I can actually fit all of the... And I'm still 10 kilos too heavy. I can leave the smelly stuff That'll be super helpful. And what else is making me heavy? Coal, books, and water in the heavy hammer. Okay. We'll leave the rest of the books for now too. And now we're just 4 kilos over, which is, I think that'll still allow us some sprint. If we need to, I feel better, that's for sure. Okay. Do I have any spray paint? Yeah, I do. Sounds like it got windy again. Low visibility? What are they talking about? Okay, the torch is out. I still smell because I have deer meat. Did it get cold? Yeah, with the wind it got cold. Got hungry again too. I'm gonna use this sprint because I want to get a little bit of rest. Probably leave tomorrow for Desolation Point. Okay, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go ahead and eat because the less of this I have on me, the better. Although I don't think it matters. I think once you have one, you smell. I don't know if this is the like silent clearing right here. If it is, there's a few things to be found, but I'm a little lost. Not lost, but just not exactly sure where we are in relation to the garage. If it's right below us, or if there's like another zone that's like this. Okay, this is the silent clearing, so I think I know where I am. Some good stuff here. Gotta make sure I don't get too cold. Get these mushrooms and get home. Now I think the garage is basically right down the hill. We'll get inside and make a note. Yeah, there's the town site right below us. So it's Second Road. Yeah. Should be able to find that pretty easily. Just watching out for wildlife. Staying in the shadows. Okay. Is he coming for me? I can't tell. Kind of ran in a weird way, didn't he? He picked the right line if he wants to eat me. just in time to not get cold. Okay. We're back at the garage. Still have a locker that we can't open. 1, 2, where did I leave the third one? I don't remember. I don't remember. There is a third one. I don't think I wrote myself any notes. Nope. Okay. We're gonna have to think about what we want to do here because we're heavy. Man, it's a major bummer that I don't remember where that other rabbit pelt is because it's probably cured by now. It could be at log sort. Could not be. I'm going to prepare some of these items and then I'm going to sleep. I don't think I need a fire, so I'm just going to go over to my bed, do some crafting in the bed. Let's go 30 minutes on the acorns. Still got a little bit of water left. I think I'd like to get full and then drink. We'll do a few more of these. And a few more of these and we'll hold the mushrooms for now. Unless I got time. I might have time to do it all. I can do probably 2 more and then I'm going to sleep for 10 hours. Or another 30 minutes is good. Yeah, it should work out perfectly. Then it's middle of the night, 10 hours worth of sleep. It might be worth it to boil some water so that I have it for tomorrow. And I'll do it when I get there. Okay. If I wasn't so irresponsible with where I'm leaving stuff, I would make a rabbit skin hat before I leave. Speaking of which, let's start making some notes. Coastal Highway. The trailer, we'll call it the silent clearing trailer, has deer hide and gut and coal what, I leave like 20 of them there? Ish. And we've got Pleasant Valley. Farmhouse has miscellaneous clothing and books and whetstone. 2 of them. Community center has miscellaneous supplies. Don't really remember what's there. Where else have we been? I think that's it, right? We haven't been to Desolation Point yet. So, where is that other... Where's that other... rabbit pelt? Could be on one of the islands. Find rabbit pelt. Islands or log sort. That's the best we can do for now. Okay, I'm going to take a quick peek outside and see what the weather's doing. Hopefully I can just make a quick fire and heat up our tea and get to getting. It's very, very cold. It's like barely dawn. Man, if I had that rabbit pelt, that would be a great thing to do. I think I can eat these acorns as well as must be cooked prior to eating or hammering into grounds or coffee. Okay. Probably costs water to cook them. But since it's cold and we have stuff to cook, probably use a few extra torches before we go. Let's do it. Yeah. I left all those books too, didn't I? That's okay. I'll be going back for that deer hide more than anything else, so. The deer hide and the coal. Alright. I guess I've got 20 coal. Let's see how long. Can I do? Takes all the water. That takes half of the water. A large portion seems like a more economical way to do it. It takes 12 minutes. I'm going to drop all the tea. It left us with just under 2 liters of water, which is kind of the amount that I normally like to travel with. I do want at least one more torch, though. Not a great torch. Okay. We're leaving behind. I'm bringing these. I'm bringing these. I didn't leave anything else in a dumb place, right? Well, aside from the rabbit pelt. That's ready for us somewhere. Quick second to look in these cars now. Okay, so I'm rapidly losing warmth. So we'll just run. Not too worried about getting tired today. Got to cover the distance. And then we'll be resting. It's not as cold all of a sudden. That's good. Wolves on the ice. They should leave us alone. I'm going to try to time my thirst with my first tea so that I can warm up and use some of that for hydration as well. Some birds circling something up here. I'll have a quick look. Sometimes I think this is the carcass that, or the corpse that holds the Polaroid. Nothing today. Maybe a feather or two. Uh-oh, I'd have waited too long on the torch. Alright, pretty cold, pretty thirsty. Let's do one of these. Did though, it warmed me up. I just realized I didn't even notice when the color came back on this run. I know that we acknowledged it when there was like 5 hours left. And then I don't remember if we slept or if it was like dusk or kind of like a colorless period, but I never made a comment that the color came back. There's a very noticeable change in all of the previous episodes that we've run, which maybe just reinforces how you're not thinking about the aesthetics of the game so much when you're struggling to survive on Interloper. What? I can't even look at him because he's frozen. Alright, well, we couldn't have asked for a nicer day to start this journey. Our next stop will be it's a useless book to us. So we might as well open these while we're here. The next stop will be the basement of it's like the old Harris property or something like that. We'll jump down in there. A lot of times there's some clothes in the washer dryer and a few miscellaneous like first aid items. And usually a piece of firewood that you can get in there. I don't know if we'll find any of that today on Interloper, but I think this piece of firewood is always here. I feel like I see that every single time I walk by. There's a couple of wolves on patrol here as well. So we're going to keep the torch burning and try to stay in the middle of the road to avoid an ambush, but I would expect a wolf right about the time that I can see the little town site here barking at me from some direction. Right about here is where I usually jump out of my seat. So I might be sleeping today. What do we got here? A note left behind. I don't know why I don't pick those up. There's no reason. It's not like they weigh anything. I read them all at one point. It's kind of cool. They seem to be notes that are little stories or poems or something written by maybe like Kickstarter contributors or something. I don't know, it calls them contributors. It's pretty cool. Hey, quality tools. Those will be good to carry with us. And ragged wool socks, of which I think we already have 2 pairs. Double check that real quick, and then just leave those behind. Okay, I'm running out of torches now, but I think I can make it out of here at least. I think there's like a little cave over here. There's the wolf. Scared me again. Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything in here. Looks like there's a backpack. And a wolf that's about to corner me. Piece of firewood. This would be a scary situation. Yeah. Let's see if we can get out of here. Continue on. Piece of coal, why not? And then this other cabin just destroyed. That's where we want to go. I think we have to backtrack a little bit. I can't sneak around to the left. I've tried tirelessly. Maybe someone better than me can, but I've never been able to do it. And I think like right here is the closest you can get. Go back and forth. Should be able to make it there just in time before getting cold or eaten. Warm in the mine. Okay, so we're picking up coal. I can't believe I haven't even at least found a pry bar. We got so lucky with the heavy hammer, and then all the places that I can think of where a pry bar or a hacksaw would live have been nada empanada. So that's kind of forced us to go foraging for tools, because normally, or typically I should say, not necessarily normally because you never know where you're going to find a hacksaw, but typically the strategy is get the hacksaw, start chopping down some saplings so that you can cure your bow materials. Then go to the forge, build your tools and your arrowheads. And then by the time you come back, you're ready to build your bow and be a sufficient hunter. Well, unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to go in reverse order, which is going to prolong my dependence on scavenging, because I need to build a hacksaw, a hatchet, in order to even chop down a sapling. So I don't think it's necessarily like a death sentence. I think we'll be able to work through it. And we'll be able to harvest carcasses easier when... Alright, a Privar. Finally. We'll be able to harvest carcasses easier once we have our improvised knife and hatchet instead of having to do everything barehanded. So we'll make do, but it's definitely... I've never not found a hacksaw before forging. So this will be new to me. And I'm still a little bit hesitant about cornering myself here in Desolation Point, but the fortuitous stumbling upon a fresh deer, that's gonna make it a lot less committing. I'm picking up all this coal and I'm not gonna carry it, so you won't have to watch a painful slog to the lighthouse, I guess is where we'll stage. But I am gonna clear the mine so that it can generate some new coal here in the near future. I don't know how long it takes or if that's it, but I think the coal respawns. Falls off the walls and the ceilings. Alright, so let's drink a little bit. Is anything hot still? No. Guess I'll just have a touch of water and then maybe we'll stop and heat up some tea because I only got halfway warm. I'm gonna put 25 pieces of coal in the mine, as well as all of these research books. And we're gonna go out here and have a little fire before we walk down the hill. Uh-oh, this torch is at 4%. I'm gonna waste a match if I don't ace this fire. Oh, it's gonna give me a chance. Nope, I'm out of... Ooh. I might be wasting several matches. There goes one, technically two. There's two. Now you can see why it's a good idea to start a fire with... I should be using accelerant. This is dumb. This is the time that you would use accelerant. Okay. Should have thought of that a long time ago, 4 matches later. Alright. I think I need to make some water. And I definitely need some torches. So there's one torch. 2 shitty torches. Oh, these are terrible. Am I even warm next to this thing? Yes. That at least all of these are like 15%. Let the fire warm up a little bit, maybe. It's better. Okay. Let's think about this. I've got enough torches to get me to the lighthouse. I'm going to heat up the tea. And I just need to warm up, so let's see, we've got 42 minutes on the fire. I'll boil the water, which should pass some time. That makes us pretty warm. How long does it take to make acorn grounds? 15 minutes? Let's try that. And I'll add a little bit of firewood. Can I make acorn? Yeah, acorn coffee. I've never made that before. Let's see what happens. Do I get more than one out of that large portion of acorns? Nope. Oh. Okay, so you only chop up as much as it takes to make a brew. Possibly. It's kind of a long process, so it takes like 15 minutes to prepare them and then another 15 minutes to cook them. It's 110 calories, so it's a little more dense than a cup of tea, which is 100 calories. Those are also 100 calories. Birch bark is 110. I don't know if those 10 calories make a difference, but worth noting if nothing else. Alright, let's get out of here. I can hop down the side there, but there's really no point because I'm going this way anyways, so it's just kind of a good way for me to get hurt. It's a harder scramble in terms of finding the right line, and you end up just in the road, like behind where you need to be going anyways, so I don't usually take advantage of bypassing that rope deployment there. I always get myself in trouble when I try to go over that edge. And then I end up looking at this road and I mean, like, why didn't I just walk down the road? The good thing about having, maybe I should go up to the church and just see what's up there while we're relatively warm. I think I will do that. The good thing about having this deer meat is that it's a lot of calories to use while we're forging, and it's also a lot of weight to lose as we eat it. So I'll be staying full and losing a lot of carry weight all at the same time. Now, of course, I'm running out of all my food, but we're just here to do the job. Probably look at Hibernia and Lighthouse. And then maybe do a lap through the mine and then get out of here, because Desolation Point is just a good way to kind of wither up and die if we don't have a means to hunt. So I think it'll be back to Coastal Highway, checkpoint at Quincy's, and then maybe ravine over to Mystery Lake, which I think will bring us in right at the dam, which will be an awesome thing to loot. Okay, here's another deer carcass. It's worth remembering. I think I'm gonna check out the church here and then head straight to the forge, because that'll help me lose some weight and it'll get me some tools, which is going to help with all of these carcasses that we pass by. It's really, something's crawling around behind me. It's really imperative that we get some tools in our hand. And I think with the makeshift hatchet I can I need this rabbit. Oh, I just forget that dropping the torch scares the rabbit. Uh-oh. Where is he? Oh, sweet. He got one for me. Oh boy, he's going after him. Oh shit. It's a weird place for that. Drink a little bit of water. Are my teas still warm? Probably not. Nope, they all went cold. Okay, so I gotta watch out for this wolf now. Make sure it doesn't get windy on me, because I'm heavy and now I smell like literally wolf food. I stole it from him. He's still... I think he's after another rabbit. Yeah, we'll let him eat that one. I just needed one, bud. Thanks for sharing. I do need one of these though before I put myself in harm's way. And I think I can just skedaddle right by him. Everybody's happy. It's weird that there's feathers right here. There must be a corpse on the inside. I'm actually getting a lot of mushrooms here, so while there's no cattails that I'm aware of, there's a lot more mushrooms and stuff that I wasn't remembering. Okay, a little bit of food, that's good. I'm going to eat one of these. You lose a lot of water with these, so there's a trade-off, but stock up on calories and then all of a sudden I'm full, which is nice. Okay, this wolf is now walking around again. No, I don't need that book. waiting to give me a hard time. Alright. Gonna bring a new torch down the hill and across the ice. Lighthouse dead ahead. Also patrolled by wolves. I can hear this guy walking around behind me. I think there's even more mushrooms up there as well. Okay, what's this? Looks like wolf. Was it, or was that moose? I didn't look carefully enough. There is a moose on Desolation Point. He tends to be on this road. Is that him, or is that a big ass deer? It's just a deer. Alright, I am a little bit tired. Oh god, that scared me. There's just danger everywhere. Oh god. Deer's even trying to attack me. So I might, since it doesn't really matter the time of day for this project, I might just sprint over there, get myself a nap. Oh, there's the moose. He's on the rocks. I do one more torch. I'm just feeling very vulnerable. I was thinking about going for it without fire, but there's just too much going on. I could drop some gear and go. I guess what I really want to do is drop the gear, harvest the rabbit, let him start curing. I don't think it'll be finished by the time I'm done here, but at least I'll carry around 3 rabbit pelts with me and a cured gut, and I'll know that I can make my rabbit skin hat. And then I'll make sure that I think I need 2 guts for. I think that wolf got something too. Got some skilled hunters out here rubbing it in. Alright. I think I need 2 cured guts for the bow. Look at that real quick. What am I trying to do? Survival bow. 2 cured guts. And a maple sapling. And a knife. Okay. I mean, I've got plenty of coal to do this in shifts, especially because uh-oh. Rolled under the shelf. Especially because the arrowheads are going to take time as well. I don't want to lose condition because I'm exhausted. And I'm pretty close to that, but it's also the afternoon, which is a good time to be walking around outside. It's a bit of a conundrum. can't, I guess I'll just sleep for a few hours, and then I'll come back down at night and get this thing going. Take a quick look around the Riken. Make sure we're not missing anything. I'll come back for that corpse, because that's where I'm going to sleep, next to him. Oh man, they're just everywhere. A lot of wolf activity. We're going to spend all day foraging, so I might as well just do it. Might as well just do it in one go. Torch has gone out. Oh, look at this. No ship came. No use to me where I'm going. I'll leave it to you. Okay. Memento cache by Hibernia. I think that's just going to be a few marine flares, which actually is kind of a nice thing to pick up in this current run, because we have not yet come across any flare, and we've had some sketchy situations with the wind and the wolves in concert with each other. So I'll go grab those for sure. But now I'll take the opportunity to sleep, and I will eat another fillet. Oh yeah, we got to do this guy too. Let's do that first. An hour and 50 minutes. I'm going to do it one at a time because I don't know where I'm at with water. Guess I can look. Got plenty of water. Lay the rabbit hide down. We'll go downstairs and lay it. And then another guts too. So that gives us 2 guts curing. One will be here, one will be in the trailer by Silent Clearing. And then wherever I left that 3rd rabbit pelt that I know we have, there might be some guts with that one as well. Just gonna leave this stuff right here at the edge of the stairs. So as not to forget. I feel like there's probably a ton of things I'm overlooking in here. Well, probably not a ton, but I didn't look too carefully. Alright, what's the food situation? All of a sudden, here I am in Desolation Point. I ended up with 2 cans of dog food. Let's eat these first, because they're bad. If I can fit them in, I'm just going to eat them both. So we're not trying to lose well fed, so I might as well just put it in, lose the weight. And then we're going to need water, but we're going to get the forge going. So we'll just do a full night's rest. Alright. Alright. It's ending the evening. which is fine. Take a quick look around, and that's huge. That's an excellent find here. Help keep our tea warmer for longer as we are traversing the land. So we're basically ready to forge. One thing that I didn't really double check is how much scrap metal we have. I think I grabbed enough, but I might need a little bit more to get this all done. I think either way, I'm going to start a fire. But let's see what we've got. I only have 6. And I need 1 per arrowhead. I need 5 for the hatchet. I need at least 8 to get tools. So I'm short. I think that's okay. We're gonna make the hatchet first. And we'll tie up some loose ends with some of the things that we're holding on to. And then we'll go over to Hibernia. And we should drop some weight by then, because we'll leave all of the coal, or at least most of the coal, and the heavy hammer here. And we have 2 pieces of tinder left as well. 1. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is boil some water, and we'll make an arrowhead or 2. Just gonna go with the coal. I think it's like 20 per piece of coal. I don't know if it's... Just gonna let one settle. Should be like 21 when it settles, if it is 20. This fire was barely going. Alright. Oh, still going. 22, so call it 20. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60. Needs to be 150 degrees to forge. We'll just give that 15 minutes to get up to temp. And I will make some tinder while I do that. Forge is at 150 degrees. Okay. So I have 6 pieces of scrap wood. I need the hatchet will definitely do. So we'll do one of these, which should allow our water to finish. And then we gotta make the hatchet, and then we gotta bail. 24 minutes. We'll do, two of these. Okay. Not gonna have any time. So this is kind of funny. This one piece of rabbit is 0. It's just, there's nothing there. 1 calorie. So we got 6 hours on the forge. I'll eat 1 deer fillet, have a little bit of water. And we'll make our hatchet with the remainder of the scrap metal. It allows the night to end and the morning to dawn. Okay, our first tool. It's been improvised. Hi, family. You did. Hi, everybody. How's everyone's news? I'm just doing a quick epi. Sounds nice. So we've got 2 hours left on the forge. We try to do 1 more pot of water while I'm here, and finish up these little loose ends. I'll probably add this cedar to it so I can steal some torches before we leave. But I'm going to drop all of that, and I'm going to drop my heavy hammer here as well. We've got... Okay, and I have these... Yeah, I can actually take that right now. And how many torches am I working with? Just 1. So that's 2, 3. Don't have to go far, so this should be plenty. That works. We'll get to Hibernia and we'll treat that water. That's gonna stay right there. But you know what? I should make a note because I will most likely forget. No, we're coming back. I don't need to make a note. One thing I forgot to do is heat up my tea. So I'm just gonna sprint over there. I should be able to make it without freezing, especially with the ability to sprint for as long as I can. But I should have heated those up. Wolf on the ice. I think I can sneak up under this bridge somewhere. I never remember exactly where. Alright, I'm gonna check these trailers because there tends to be some scrap metal in here laying around. That's what we are looking for. Plenty of scrap metal if I had a hacksaw, but I do not. Not much going on. That'll be nice. That could be useful. I think we're pretty good on that layer of clothing, but see what kind of condition it's in. Alright. Sometimes there's a box over here. Looks like maybe not today. Alright. So I need at least 3 pieces of scrap metal, which is now going to be a major bummer if I can't find it. Nice to finally have the pry bar. Looked at it, it's not in very good shape though. It's at like 40-something%. These water purification tablets are actually really helpful to have because I've said it in some of the previous series. You basically get 2 for 1 on your water. Only have to sit there and melt the snow, and then you can turn it into potable water. Versus having to wait the full 2 hours when your cooking skill is low like mine is. Alright. There's several places around here where scrap metal could be hiding. Maybe we'll find a hacksaw in here too. I don't know the specific place where it would be, but so let's just be systematic about this. I'm going to come back into here. So I'm just going to kind of go the long way around the perimeter. I'll move some boxes along the way. Hopefully find some stuff. Specifically scrap metal. Nothing under there. There's some, yeah, these ones can move. Nothing under there. There's a backpack. Nothing doing. Hey, a flare. That's a good find. I should check out that hat before I forget. That offers a little bit more protection. Man, there's not like anything laying around. That was an oversight to come here without enough scrap metal or the means to make it. She can't walk over that one either. A couple of batteries. Old car batteries, that doesn't help us at all. That's scrap lead and also requires a hacksaw. A few more batteries. I thought we'd find at least one piece of scrap metal in here. Maybe it'll give us a hacksaw somewhere. Nothing under that box. There's one little sneaky place here. It's here. Go up this empty pipe, and there tends to be all kinds of goodies up here. Coffee, granola bar. Painkillers. Then look up as well. You got a plastic container, and there's almost always something in the bottom of that boat. Good place to be. Okay, that was a disappointing preliminary search of Hibernia. Clear the junk. I think there's usually a safe over here. Well, it was going pretty fast. I think it was like 48, 47. 46. $46.6. $46.6. Oh, 46,627. Oh, that's huge. Mackinac jacket is pretty much the best jacket we're going to be able to find. With a parka underneath, look at we're plus 10 now. That's some really good clothing. Alright, so it's not all for naught. But really, we wanted some scrap metal. And now that I've made 2 arrowheads, I need 3 pieces of it. Let's get this up. See if there's anything under these crates. I don't see anything. Fleece mittens, we already got a pair of those. Whetstone. Look carefully on these. Move some pallets around. Nothing. Bummer. We might have to go over to the lighthouse. Not finding a hacksaw when you're this far into the opening game is quite the burden. There's several things that we're missing out on because of that. And it's possible that I just overlooked it somewhere. I don't know. I know that it can potentially be at the Draft Dodger's cabin in Pleasant Valley. But aside from that, I don't know any like specific locations where it's good to look for one that we haven't already checked at least. Alright, not a single piece of scrap metal that's just laying around here. Sounds like the weather's coming in. Alright, so what's the plan? The plan is probably to go... Well, first I'll go get these flares in this box. It's a full blizzard. This should be right here, though. That's good. Stick to the... Stick to the edge and maybe go check out that last trailer. Right here. And then I guess the weather sucks, so that's a problem. To get back to the lighthouse is risky. Especially across that ice, I get lost across that ice all the time. And the weather's bad. So I think I'm gonna go back up to the main floor of Hibernia. We'll just get ready. We'll drop some gear. I'm carrying a bunch of empty cans that I don't need to have. Okay, there's a cave that we can go check out. There's a couple of caves actually. So we're gonna have to wait out this storm, which is gonna cost us resources. But let's do some inventory real quick. We haven't really done that since we got here. I'm gonna hold on to all the firewood to get started. I'll do this first. Get 2 liters of water to purify. I don't have anything else to... No. Okay, as far as first aid, I really don't need to be holding any of these painkillers. I'll keep one just to have it. I'm going to hold on to both antibiotics because food poisoning can work to our advantage if we need to sleep. So I'll use those instead of the Reshi tea, which we're using as warmth. What kind of clothing do we need to get rid of? Could probably leave all that behind for now, knowing that it's here. I could repair the socks. I'm carrying around raw rabbit. Should have cooked that before we left the fire at the Riken. Found another box of tea. Didn't notice that. Alright, for tools... I really kind of want those with me. They don't weigh that much. Those we can drop. This we can drop. Those we can drop. I definitely don't need 7 stones in my hand. I don't need 2 can openers. I can refill my lantern. Those will hopefully be used sooner than later when I get the 3rd one cured. So I'm pretty much right at weight. I've got lots of consumables in my inventory. Firewood and coal, as well as food, is making up a lot of this weight. So I'm going to stick with what I've got. I might as well... I guess I might as well rest for an hour or 2. Let's eat bad food. Okay. It's the end of the day, so if the storm goes away, it might be a good time to walk around. Let's just see what happens in an hour. Sounds like it's still bad. I think it's still a blizzard out there. Alright, we did 3 hours. Got a few torches. Gonna hold one in my hand. Only slowly getting cold. So, since the Riken is useless to us right now in terms of forging, I might go through this mine. I might go up to the back. There's a cave at the end that has a lot of food in it, but it also, I believe, has a wolf in it. Might be one of the named wolves in the Long Dark community. It's always there. I do have fire, so I can probably avoid being assaulted by him. Oh god. That was almost our death. Where did he come from, and where did he go? I don't know if he's just gonna jump me when I get out of the car here. There he is. That's scary. That was almost a very unfortunate death. I mean, very unfortunate. Still running around out here. Okay, so there's the mine right there. If I walk a little bit further... I think if I walk a little bit further, there's a cave that the memento was alluding to. I've got... Okay, so there's a bear at the end of the road. We're gonna skip that mission because I don't really want to have a bear encounter right now. Especially because we're a little bit tired. Man, what a bummer that I didn't get enough scrap metal. That was... I don't think I left any behind, which is the only saving grace to the error. I don't think there was anything that I could have brought with me. Alright, so the bear kind of guarded the back half of Desolation Point. We can come back later if we're so inclined. There is some food back there that's known in the cave. We would have a known wolf encounter as well. So let's go through this abandoned mine number 5. We can collect a little bit more coal. Maybe there'll be some scrap metal in here. I think we only need 3 pieces. And then obviously it would be nice to have some extra to make arrowheads, but oh nice, look at that. We got our hacksaw. Finally. Okay, now we can go back to the Riken and we can chop up. I mean, there's tons of metal in there. There's a piece of scrap metal. This mine is a gold mine. And I think it will spit us out pretty much right across the street from the lighthouse and the Riken, so it's maybe a little further down than that. I can't remember exactly. But we'll be on the other side of the map. We're traveling This is a good way to travel back and forth across Desolation Point and stay warm, especially if your clothing is minimal or the weather is bad. Can't remember if it was earlier in the series where I kept getting lost inside of the mine, but I was confusing it with this mine. And I think it was the mine that was back and forth to Coastal Highway, and I was thinking it was this one. So I was getting turned around with the number of turns that there were. I'm gonna go light on the water in case I need to eat something dehydrating. Alright. So we're back over here. Pick up a few things. Uh-oh, it sounds like there's an aurora starting. Which is something I want to avoid being outside for. I don't know the behavior of the animals very well with an aurora. So I'm going to sprint my way to the lighthouse. There's probably some predator guarding the bridge ahead of us. But if we can get past there, we should be okay. Okay, so he's still afraid of the fire, which is good to know. For now, at least. I don't know if it goes full aurora, if that changes. But it's about to that point, so I need to get inside and hide. This is a new location for us anyways, so it'll be cool to loot the lighthouse. Might be able to even find a couple pieces of scrap metal in there. And I'll start a fire as soon as I get inside, so I'll burn one more torch if I have to. I think I'm in the clear now. I don't know that the wolves cross this bridge. Never say never, but I believe once you get on this bridge, you're kind of on base. Almost threw that off the bridge. It's like Interloper, you want everything to happen fast, but you really just kind of have to slow down. Adjust your plan so that you're not taking a lot of unnecessary risks. And extend the time frame of accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish if as you gather resources, and can give yourself a kind of a security blanket for doing that. My first inclination was to rush into Desolation Point, make my tools and get out, but as I get settled in here, I'm realizing there are some opportunities for food. You know, had I had the scrap metal and been able to craft the tools that we came here for, I never would have found the hacksaw. And the search would have continued for that. So, you never know. Never know how it's gonna shake out. I'm gonna save the book until I need a little more. A little more guarantee for a fire starting. I'm in a safe spot right now. Just go with sticks and the 60%. Alright. I don't need any coal for this fire. So I'll start with the reclaimed wood. And I'm going to put that rabbit on. I will take a torch so I can look around. Box of matches. How long was that going to take? 30 minutes. I'm heavy. Put this stuff down so I can walk around. Go to the top and work our way back. Got some lockers. Lights just kicked on. See if there's anything on the top deck. Like a book about sewing. See if there's anything under these crates. Looks like no. Oh, hey, look at that. Emergency stim. That's good. That's very good. Note left behind. Piece of cloth. Bring this downstairs. I guess that's it. Alright, that's all cooked up. Anything else I need to be making? I'd like to make a full batch of reishi tea. Uh-oh. Almost lost my drawer. Put a cedar on there. So I'm going to make 8 of these because they fit then into the insulated flask that I picked up. Oops, gonna mess that up. What I did there. Alright, so now I have 8 of them, which is the carry capacity of the insulated flask. And found that Mackinac jacket. Things are coming together just piece by piece. Let's burn another piece of cedar. I think I'll take a few torches and then put a pot of water on for the night. And then I'll just sleep for 10 hours. That'll be a good place to end the episode. Tomorrow we'll go back to the Riken and finish what we started with our tool making. I'll go ahead and fill this while I am thinking about it. Make it just about that much. Keep a little bit in the stash. And how many torches have I grabbed? 0. Okay, so that's 2, 3, and 4. Then I want like a 2-hour fire. To leave for the night. Make it like 208 just in case. Alright, let's eat bad food. Rest of that's all pretty decent, so I'm actually going to eat the all the meat. Once again, we're short on food, but I've got some ideas for that now, so I'm not too worried about it. Nice full belly. Watered. Alright. We'll stop there. Say goodnight to Roxie. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today, you guys. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of each other. We'll see you on the next one.